Hello! Today's video is going to be focused on the charging capabilities of the Poseidon Pro. I've got two models of Poseidon Pro here. If you watched our previous video regarding kind of just a brief overview of these, you'll know that this is an older model. This is like a 2020 to 2024 Poseidon Pro, and then this is the new, slightly upgraded 2025 version. So once again, as you can see, there's really no difference via the outside appearance, but there's been some updates on the internal chip and the power capabilities and some new features in this one. So once again, if you're interested in those, please check out our other videos. In this video, we're going to focus in on the charging capabilities of the Poseidon Pro. So first and foremost, we'll just discuss what's the same between the two. So both of them are a 10,200 milliamp hour battery. So what does that equate to? Or what can I charge? So when it comes to charging devices, and obviously there's a lot of variables that go into it. So it ultimately depends on like the size of the battery in the device you're charging. So obviously bigger devices, there's a good chance that they have bigger batteries. So you're going to get less of a charge, whereas smaller batteries in smaller devices, you can expect more of a charge. So a 10,200 milliamp hour battery equates to roughly 2 to 2.5 phone charges on average size phones. Smaller devices like GPSs or like smartwatches or two-way radios or devices like that, like smaller camera batteries, you can expect anywhere from 8 to maybe 12, maybe 14 full charges. Once again, heavily dependent on the size of the battery in the device that you're charging. Now, larger devices like laptops or larger tablets and stuff like that, obviously you can expect less due to just the overall size of the internal battery of these devices. So laptops, you can expect anywhere from maybe 60 to maybe 80% charge. So you can't get a full charge on a laptop. Some tablets, you can maybe get a full charge. Some of the larger ones like the iPad Pro, those you might be able to get like 70 to 80% charge. So again, when it comes to the devices you're charging, it is heavily dependent on what type of device you are charging and how big it is. So the other thing, let's see here. Yeah, so in regards to charging, that's pretty much it there. So now we'll kind of dive into the differences between these two models. So let's go ahead and just cover really briefly the original model. So this is the 2020 to 2024 model. This particular device comes with two charging ports. So this is a 12-watt USB-A port. There was some slight modifications and some slight upgrades over the years where this one has went through. It was originally a 12, and then I believe it jumped to a 15 watt, and then I think some of them towards the end were potentially 18 watt. But most of them, and probably the one that you're going to have is going to be most likely a 12 watt USB-A port, which is still super powerful. And then here is an 18 watt USB-C port, and this one provides both out and in charging. So when you recharge this device, you'll be sure to use that port. This port is obviously great for charging larger power demand devices like tablets and laptops. This one is great. I mean, you can use this one to charge phones, but this one would be our preferred port to charge your phones because it's just a little more efficient and it kind of does a better job at not wasting power between transferring the power from here to your phone. So if you're charging your phone and you're not in a rush, we would suggest using that, but this one can be used as well. So once again, and you can charge two devices at once. So great device for staying charged in the outdoors. So that is the old model, and here is the new model. Once again, this is the 2025 version. So again, in our previous video, we had kind of showcased that this particular device now comes with 3 ports. This port has now been upgraded to an 18 watt USB-A port, and the rest of these are both 18 watt as well. So one thing to keep in mind is that if you're charging 3 devices at once, you're not going to get 18 watts out of each of these ports. It's going to split that 18 watts between the 3 devices. So just keep that in mind. But if you're only like charging one device at a time, you can expect up to 18 watts if the device you're charging can accept that much power. So once again, like on the older model here, this particular port right here is the one that you will use to recharge this device. But yeah, once again, they've just been super upgraded. One thing that we discussed in our previous video where we kind of just briefly overviewed the capabilities of this is that this newer model comes with the ability to better manage and control the way you use your power. So when it comes to charging devices, if you were to press this button right here twice, it would set a charging timer for all three of these ports. So if, for whatever reason you don't want to drain this particular device completely and you're going on like a hike or something and you want to leave this at your camp, charging a laptop or a phone or whatever it is, you can set that by pressing this twice and it will only charge for an hour and then it shuts off. So a great way to potentially conserve power if you're, looking to not use it all up on like a laptop or something like that. So, and then another cool feature in the power management and power control of this device is that if you long press or hold and press this particular button for 3 seconds, it enters the Poseidon Pro into a low power mode, for all three of these ports. So once again, that is a very handy way to charge like smaller devices like some earbuds or fitness, wearable fitness devices like Fitbit or stuff like that. Or a great example would be potentially hearing aids. So once again, a great way to charge smaller devices. But yeah, so that is the newer version of the Poseidon Pro, the 2025 version. So when it comes to, again, charging devices, these are a great option. Both of them are airplane safe, just as long as you keep them in your checked luggage, or pardon me, not your checked luggage, but your carry-on luggage. Checked luggage, they'll probably get flagged and they'll probably take it. Airlines like the ability to have these devices accessible so that if heaven forbid, if in an event they do catch fire, that they're easily accessible and can be put out. So these are airplane safe, so you can take them in your carry-on. I've used them multiple times to keep tablets and laptops charged while I'm traveling, so these are a great option. And yeah, if you, again, have any other questions or concerns or just want some additional information about device charging with the Poseidon Pro, please reach out to our support team at support@darkenergy.com. They'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. And again, if you're looking for additional information about some of the other features and capabilities, please tune into some of our other videos regarding the Poseidon Pro. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.